Good morning and welcome to P&B Morning Show, where politics meets business and the real stories behind the headlines are come to light. Today we are looking at two issues that in very different ways speak to the soul of leadership and the state of our nation. On one hand, a deeply personal decision that has sparked public conversation, raising questions about values, optics, and the delicate balance between a public office and private grief. It reminds us that leadership is not just about power, but perception, principle, and the messages, actions sent to millions watching. On the other hand, a far more troubling reality, one that continues to test our collective conscience. The recurring violence in parts of the country, the lives lost, the communities shattered, and the lingering question, when does it end? At what point do we move from reaction to resolution? Because beyond the politics, beyond the statements and the strategies, there are real people, real consequences, and a growing demand for accountability and lasting peace. This is P&B Morning Show, and today we ask not just what is happening, but why it matters. To stay with us, I am Omike Joseph Matthew. Welcome to the show. All right, good morning again and welcome. Of course, this is the P&B Morning Show this Tuesday morning. Yes, we're on to the segment talking about the newspaper review. So let's check out some of the papers this morning and see what they have in stock for us. The very first issue we have on the table this morning is the Daily Trust. And it has this headline, Plateau, death toll rises to 27 as residents recount ordeal. Death toll rises to 27 as residents recount ordeal. Yes, in the studio here, let me quickly introduce, of course, our in-house analyst in person of Ibrahim Shaibu. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Oje.
It's nice to have you this morning.
Good morning, viewers. Nice to be with you this morning.
All right. So we're into the newspaper review this morning. And, of course, the Daily Trust is, reflecting or bringing up, the Plateau crisis. Exactly. As their major headline this morning. Maybe you have a reaction to that headline.
Yes, it's sad. It's sad. This issue about insecurity and communal crisis just refuses to go in our life. And I think it's about time government exert greater effort towards seeing that serious strategies have been applied in order to curtail this problem. And up to now, the Plateau issue seems to be a little different from the other insecurity issues across the country, where you find other cases of insurgency or maybe banditry. This seems to be something that has to do with communal crisis, maybe due to religion or ethnic or something like that.
But yes. but what happened on Sunday? Does it really look that way? Like communal clash? Because when we say communal clash is maybe an ethnic group again, or a community versus another community or something like that. But this one, the report has it that some persons rode on the bike, came to that community, the Rukaba community, and just started shooting. So I think to me it's more of an act of terrorism.
Terrorism, okay.
Than communal clash.
Yeah, it may. Of course it is, because up to now I couldn't find in the story the identification of these people.
They're just unknown gunmen.
They are unknown gunmen, so gunmen. So we don't know whether they are the real bandit that we are used to know, which is actually mostly related to a particular people. And then we don't even know whether they are insurgent. They just say a group of unknown gunmen. So that is why the thing seems a little bit complicated to actually unravel. But whatever it is, the issues of insecurity in this country is becoming very, very, very unbearable. Virtually almost there's no one single particular state in the north that is free from all this violence.
Yes.
As of now.
Yes.
It started from Maiduguri, gradually it came to certain areas of the northwest, north central, and now it is taken all over the northern region. And this has taken a lot of lives, has displaced a lot of people, and the situation is very, very uncomfortable. Nobody is comfortable now. Even me, I don't feel free now traveling by road. because we don't know what will happen next.
Yeah.
I think people are even thinking that it has some international connection to the whole issue, which actually for now we cannot definitely ascertain. Whatever it is the responsibility of government to ensure that the lives of citizens are well secured, so that they will go about their normal business. But for now, this doesn't seem to be the case, and it's very, very sad.
Very, very sad. And of course, this topic will be part of our discussion this morning on the P&B Morning Show. So let's continue with the Daily Trust and see other headlines. Mark Obi orders receive Kwankwaso into ADC. Mark Obi orders receive Kwankwaso into ADC. These gladiators were in Kano yesterday to formally receive Kwankwaso into the party. Exactly.
Which is a pointer to how interesting the 2027 presidential election is going to be. Because this seems like the formation of a very formidable opposition to the ruling party. And I'm always an advocate of seeing a very, very fierce political struggle between political parties, rather than seeing one dominant political party overshadowing everything. It is very, very good for our political life to see parties contesting for positions rather than one party imposing its dominance over the others. I think this is a very good, healthy political strategy for me.
Okay. Right, let's check out the Daily Trust still, other headlines, and let's see how 13 wedding guests were killed in Kaduna. Wow, that's really, really bad. That report came, I think it was 2 days ago. It was still on Sunday that wedding guests were gone down. Now, let's see. Let's quickly talk about this. You see, in as much as I condemn violence. I condemn any act of insecurity, any act of terrorism. You understand? But you see, sometimes if you live in an environment, if you stay in an environment, you are supposed to be cautious. Yes, because why I'm saying this is that where this thing happened in Kaduna State, I think it's Rigasa also, that it happened in Kaduna State, where this wedding guests were gone down. They know that place is volatile.
Very, very.
Yet we are still organizing, events. You see, I don't know if I
live around that area.
Good.
I live around that area. I know the situation in that area. And 20 years ago, you cannot just walk to the Gaza as an outsider and start to do any nonsense. But recently, for about 7, 8 to even 10 years, life has really, really improved in Regasa, particularly with the location of the train station around Regasa area. And then the awareness has been created around Regasa. Most of those people that are used to creating problems, some of them have been killed, some of them have aged, you understand? And some of them have been serving sentences in prison. So it was very, very unlike before. But still, that level of volatility still exists, but in a very, very calm, not like before. So weddings have been taking place for all this time, and then occasions have been organized. Even political campaign had been held in that place.
Yes.
But sometimes things just get out of hand, particularly, especially when it involves politics. But I'm surprised now that this thing is happening just during wedding. I think about 3 or 4 years ago, also similar situation has also occurred because of wedding. They said, I think they said the girl that's supposed to be married was once a lover to one of those hardball criminals around that area, and then she's getting married. Something like that happened, but it wasn't as violent as what you are now reported, what you are now seeing. So Rigasa is not like people used to think, because I live very close to that place, very, very close to Rigasa. Sometimes instead of having to go to the market in town, I would prefer going to Rigasa market. So Rigasa is relatively peaceful, but one of these things, because lack of government effort in trying to control all these insecurity things, and that is why these things are now like seemingly returning to places that were once volatile but have improved, and now things are beginning to show sign of coming back. we still go back to government is exerting greater effort towards ensuring that the lives of the citizens are well secured.
Okay, you see, okay, I think the incident actually happened in Kahir village in Kagarko.
Okay, Kagarko.
Yes, it's Kagarko, not Rikas. It's Kahir village in Kagarko.
Kagarko is southern Kaduna.
Okay,
it's a local government in southern.
So the report from there is that that place is volatile.
Of course.
And again, knowing that this place is volatile, we have issues of insecurity and all that. We are organizing an event like a big wedding event, like that. And at the time this incident happened was around almost 12 a.m. So that's to say, as far as I'm concerned, the wedding has been relatively successful.
Exactly.
You understand? So now the celebration continued into the night.
Yeah.
You see,
considering how volatile the place so ended around 9 p.m.
Maybe 8, started early. By 8, everybody could have gone home, could have dispersed and gone home. Now the celebration continues down to the night, and this is what we have. So sometimes I think as citizens we make life difficult for ourselves and difficult for the security forces.
Exactly. We should have a very good plan of how we organize our occasions and our celebrations, particularly in areas like this, where we know that there is quite probability of a violence taking place.
Yes, violence or something unpredictable happening. Why not start the event by 4? By 6 you are done, or start by 5, by 7, give and take, you are done when everywhere is still bustling and all that.
Into the middle of the night.
But now something went into the almost middle of the night. So they took advantage of the quietness of some part of the community and all that to strike. And today, see, we as people and community leaders should put all these things into consideration now. It's unfortunate we are observing this.
Honestly,
I mean, we are into this kind of situation these days.
We commiserate with the families of those
who commiserate with them and those kidnapped.
And those kidnapped.
And the community is saying it's still unknown numbers of people. It's really unfortunate. They went for a wedding and it didn't return back home. No. Okay. So let's check out the last headline in the Daily Trust this morning. Protests hit South Africa streets over installation of Nigerian king. This is a serious issue.
This is a very serious issue.
Yes, this is a serious.
And I don't know why we keep doing this, because we should. Just about a few months ago, a similar situation happened in Ghana. And here, when some of our brothers there tried to install.
Let's not even hide it.
Exactly.
You understand? Let's not mince word here. Our brothers from the east,
exactly,
from the eastern part of the southeast, our Igbo brothers
tried to enthrone.
Yes,
in those
in diaspora. You understand? Those in diaspora, sometimes, I'm very, very sorry to say this, they behave like idiotic people.
Honestly, it's not good, son.
You understand? They behave like idiotic people. Now, I mean, it is not wrong to fraternize.
It's true.
It is not wrong to fraternize. But the manner you fraternize in somebody's community may be suspicious. You understand? Don't think that because in your own community, you do certain things and you get away with it, that you can do it in another man's land. It's just common sense.
Honestly,
it's common sense. Now, if maybe South Africans or Ghanaians or whichever country need to be educated, but that does not mean that they don't have the right to suspect your actions.
Of course, so
now,
naturally.
If one had the opportunity to advise South Africans, this chieftaincy coronation or whatever that is happening among our Igbo brothers, they are irrelevant. You understand? They are not even recognized at home. You understand? Yeah, it is a normal thing among Igbo people wherever they meet themselves and they have a sizable number. They try to coronate somebody as like their leader. which has no effect on that land.
They should do this based on the
But
legal requirement, what obtains in that particular country. Let the country know that these are your intentions. Whether it is legally acceptable in that particular country for any foreigners to come and do this or not. You find out. You cannot just go out of your way and think the way you do things in your country, you can do it in another person's country.
You see, yes, I understand. I know that that is really good. But you see, this see, sometimes you need to feel the pulse of the people of your host community.
Yes.
Before you do anything.
Of course.
What are they going to this action I want to take? Are they going to perceive this thing from a negative perspective or positive perspective?
Exactly.
You know, and you know how proudful these our brothers are.
Dominating.
You understand? They have this dominating attitude.
And it's very, very clear, crystal clear.
Yes.
To anyone with whom they interact.
Yes. You see, even like the comments from the coronation center, I mean, from the coronation ceremony, that are going to encourage their brothers from Nigeria to, you know, all those comments, the citizens very or the indigenes will read different meanings to it.
It's inciting.
But we here in Nigeria know that whatever they are doing there is irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
The so-called king is not coronation is not recognized.
You may not even say so because we know their tendencies. Do you understand?
No, the point is that we know the coronation itself, that the so-called king of, for instance, Gariki, whichever Igbo, you understand, is not recognized in their own community in the village there.
Exactly.
They can only rule amongst themselves. It's not binding on anybody.
This is giving very bad image for Nigeria.
And nice Nigeria.
Yes.
That is giving bad image.
Name a particular tribe or something. They will just look at the whole thing as a Nigerian thing. And that is why it is very, very sad. It has happened quite a number of times in some places. The last time, before the Ghanaian issue, I think there was a time they were trying to be, particularly, they selected a particular tribal group in, I think, Dubai. They were all over against them, trying to catch them and then repatriate them back home for some offenses. So at least when you are in a foreign country, you try to become a very good ambassador to your country, represent your country in a very good light, whether you are there on business or you are there as a worker or you are there even as a student. What is expected of you is to represent your country in a very good light, not tarnish its image. And this is what is in.
You see, okay,
very sad.
Look at China. Wherever Chinese people go, for instance, their main aim is to have a town.
Exactly.
That's why if you go to America, there are places they call Chinatown.
Exactly.
You understand?
There are.
So why can't we replicate such thing? Nigeria town.
Simple.
Not a community where a tribe wants to dominate. I want to have a king. Want to have an Igwe. You understand? They call it Igwe of South Africa. Yeah. And then you now begin, you want to understand. So the indigenous, you understand? The indigenous, of course, there's nothing you cannot take over their land. That we know. But the indigenous there will read different meaning to it.
Honestly, they was misrepresented.
Now look at now. Businesses for foreigners who are not even Nigerians have been affected. Please. It's very sad. We have to look at positive way of representing our country elsewhere. We should represent our country. I know the Nigerian government up till now have not really made any serious official statement. You know, try all this tribal whatever. Look, I know the diaspora commission have given an adversary information or comments that Nigeria should stay low key, indoors, this and that, indoors and all that, maintain low profile and all that, and that is all. They've not come out to condemn the activity, the actions of our brothers, which is actually condemnable because it has happened in Ghana. Yes. You understand? It has happened in Ghana, and we saw how it ended. Up to now, Ghanaians are still insisting that most of these people come back to their country. Up to today, I'm telling you. Anyway, let's move forward. So let's continue from the Daily Trusts. Let's see what our next issue we'll have for us daily trusts. So we have our next paper this morning is Daily Sun now. The Daily Sun: tears flows in Plateau over midnight terror attack. Okay, there's the bold headline there. 2027, don't destroy Nigeria. Okonkwo, others tell politicians. Nigeria's power crisis worsens despite a 501 billion naira bond backing. Nigeria's power crisis worsens despite 501 billion naira bond backing. Okay. Afenifere to Southwest governors: integrate local hunters into security architecture. Integrate local hunters into security architecture. You know, different groups, different people giving solutions to our to the issue of our insecurity and all that. We don't even know which one will even work out. Exactly. What do you think?
Well, what will work out depends on the places or the regions, and then all these local hunters and other traditional people within our communities are the people that know the nooks and crannies of such communities.
Of the bushes, the forests.
All you require to do is to give them training and then let them, alongside the military or police personnel, go into the bush and then try to assist in combating the activities of bandits and even insurgents. I think it's a step in good direction because, like in Borno, they have been incorporated, they have been involved fully in the fight against terrorism, and they are actually helping and yielding result. So I think that is a very good step in the right direction. If we can see this happening, even if it can be replicated in other regions, it's also good. Like in Borno, it is making impact really.
Okay.
You used to know that one of the leaders of such groups used to come here as our guest to discuss in our security programs, and he has been reporting to us that improvements are being felt. Their impact is really being felt in combating insurgency. I think it's a step in the right direction.
Okay. All right. So we'll continue with the other headlines there. Which one do we really have now? PDP crisis caught Hamas Turaki-led faction from accessing secretariat. PDP crisis caught Hamas Turaki-led faction from accessing secretariat. Okay. Southeast's LP women back OT. Usman pledged mobilization for party programs. Southeast Labour Party women back OT. Usman pledged mobilization for party programs. So these are some of, if not all, of the headlines in the front page of the Daily Sun this morning. Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on to our next issue on ground. The Vanguard is next. U.S. lawmaker warns over Plateau, Kaduna killings. U.S. lawmaker warns over Plateau, Kaduna killings. So many riders to that story there. I think the U.S. lawmaker is Raleigh Moore, who has been very vocal about
Christian genocide,
the so-called Christian genocide in Nigeria. So you check out that story there. Now, 2027 polls. Tuga Sununu resigns from Tinubu's cabinet. Tuga Sununu resigned from Tinubu's cabinet. Now,
probably
a lot of like Tuga, I think, is the main high-profile figure that has resigned so far. Today is the deadline, so we might be hearing of more resignation, as it were. So in other states, we'll be seeing some aides to governors, commissioners also resigning, and all that. So, but for Tinubu's cabinet, do you sense anyone resigning today?
It's too early to say.
Is it too early to say? Today's already December 31.
Today is the
deadline.
Wow.
Tuga has resigned yesterday.
So if that is the case, it only shows that not so many people are ready to resign, because they should have resigned a few days before now. And so far,
they have up until today to resign.
Well, let's see. Let's wait and see. Tuga Tuga is someone we see as a possible contender in, is it Bauchi State?
Yeah, Bauchi
Tuga is the current Minister for Foreign Affairs.
He's now former.
It's former minister, yeah.
Yes.
Because I think he has some ambition in his state.
Yeah, the state.
Probably
yes.
that's what informs it. And then, yeah, we expect to see more resignation actually. But we cannot actually, for me, I cannot predict who and who. It's because so many people are entertaining ambition, some for becoming governorship aspirant, some are looking towards the Senate, some are looking towards reps. So we'll see this happen by before the end of today.
Before the end of today. All right, but why is it that some of them are showing some cold feet?
They are dragging foot.
Yeah, it's cold feet on the resignation.
They are not certain. They are not certain whether there will be light at the end of the tunnel where they are aspiring to go. Because they have to test the temperature across their states to see whether it is doable or not. They shouldn't make a hasty kind of decision. They have to make a kind of, what do we call it, consultations with their friends and associates and those who are willing to sacrifice their time and effort in ensuring that their dreams are realized. So these are very difficult decisions to make. But at least before the end of today, we'll see more and then we'll discuss in our subsequent.
So after today, if you don't have any resignation, that means that, okay, they stay put. They've dropped their political ambition.
Exactly. Because the House of will say, it's better to have, okay, this is an English proverb. A bird at hand is more than two in the bush.
In the bush. Okay. All right. But this policy of if you want to contest for any position, you have to resign.
Yes.
Is it really popular?
I think yes.
Is it really good?
Is it actually not constitutional? Is it actually not constitutional?
No, it's not. It's not constitutional.
Well, but common sense dictates that you cannot be holding a political office and then think of going out to contest for another political office while you are still holding another.
You use that office as an
advantage, of course. So I think even if it is not constitutional, I think it's a very, very wise decision. Morally, it's okay. Wise. Yes, moral wise, it is. It is okay.
Okay. Joining us now is Chidi Kenneth. Good morning to you.
Yes. Good morning, OJ. Good morning, Mr. Brian.
Morning, sir.
I heard you talking about the ministers refusing to resign.
So we are not saying refuse. Only one so far.
Only one so far.
Only one so far resigned.
Yes. And today is the last day.
Today is still on. Still fresh.
Exactly.
Let's hope that before the end of today, we're going to have more resignations. However, in this part of the divide, Nigeria, it's not a popular, it's not a popular practice for people in government to resign. It's not that popular. If you go to the street and you sample opinion of an average Nigerian, before it's not popular. It's not that popular. I think this is the first time it's beginning to look a bit popular. For now, let me speak for myself. Before now, I don't think I've paid more attention to, or I've seen it really happening. But this one
is resignation because you want to go to your set and contest
it's not something that has been on the front burner like that, like this time around.
No, it has always been during Buhari. Buhari started it, and when that policy was introduced, a lot of them just stood back.
Yes,
because Nigerians before now, some of them will go. Will maintain a particular office or position
and then still go out to contest.
By the time they lose the primaries, they will now come back
to their office
and occupy their office. So they are not losing. So Buhari's
administration.
Then the pressure was on Buhari administration to bring up this policy of no, anyone with a political ambition should resign their appointment first. They should not. That's what we are saying.
Yes,
that's what we are saying.
It was after that.
Yeah, it was because of that practice.
Yes.
A lot of them during Jonathan, a lot of them will maintain their office even during Obasanjo.
Yes,
we maintain their office.
Very old tradition. It has always been.
Yes, they will still maintain a particular.
Maintain the position and they want to contest. So
they will go and contest. So when they lose the primary, they will come back
to their office.
which they have
already not resigned. So
yes, they don't resign because it's not.
You can now see that the popularity, like it's not that much. Obasanjo time, Jonathan time. How many presidents have you had?
Very few actually.
So we can give it to Buhari that Buhari it started being a little bit visible during Buhari time. Now to this time, but this time around it's making serious. So to the extent that we are seeing, the whole place is. Everybody's me and you are talking about it. We are now looking forward to see who is going to resign.
No, so the point here is this: when the policy, was introduced during the Buhari administration,
yes,
a lot of them did not resign, did not leave their post because they were not too sure, because they knew that if you resign, you don't resign with that. You are gone. So if you lose out, it's 2-0.
It's actually a very difficult.
You lose your position. You lose your position. You lost there. So you understand. So like for instance, this embattled man, the former Attorney General Malami. Yes, I think he was a victim of that policy. Yes. He was eyeing the position of Kebbi State race. In fact, he was the top guy. He was the main. He was if he had resigned and go for it, he would have would have won. He would have won, but
he refused to gamble it.
Yes, he couldn't gamble it for obvious reasons. And with the late president telling him that you can't leave me in Abuja now, stay. So that was how they now brought Nasir Idris, the current president. He supported Nasir Idris to come because it was just the NUT chairman.
Okay, the Nasir.
Yes.
Okay.
The NUT chairman. He's a comrade now. He's a comrade, and he was running.
He was an ex-comrade.
No, a comrade is a comrade anyway.
Yes.
So he was actually running. He was a former NUT
chairman,
the chairman or president. They call them, but the national level. So he was in 2023. He was actually going for the House of Rep. The governor was contesting for the House of Rep. It was when Malami now withdrew his interest as a result of this policy.
Then he pushed him.
You understand? They now pushed him. Just okay, no.
Hold forth.
No, hold forth. Don't go for this House of Rep anymore. Why not go for the governorship? Let someone else go for the House of Rep. And that was how they did their permutation and whatever. And Idris won the ticket under APC and blah blah and won. And like that. And today, the story is different.
This is governor.
So now, so many of them are dragging their feet now, trying to calculate.
Honestly, it's a very difficult.
It's beautiful in the sense that at least now you can actually test your popularity and test your strength. Because
I not use our resources.
Yes.
That's intimidate.
Most important.
Yes.
That is even the major one. Secondly, now this braggadation of I'm the best candidate. I'm this. If you are the best candidate, go and try it. This opens a lot of cans of worms. Some of these politicians that will come and make you feel that if they are the best material for the particular job, and the policy has a way of exposing such situations. If truly you are the best material for a job,
of course,
like the minister that you take the bold step,
take the bold step, so that you concentrate on your campaign, and not say, okay, I have a job in Abuja. Concentrate.
You can't be working in another company.
Exactly. That's the idea from another. No. I think it's okay.
Okay.
It's morally okay.
So let's continue with our next issue. Okay, it's the Vanguard. Okay, we're not yet done with the Vanguard. So 2 girls no resign from Tinubu's cabinet. So APC most dangerous threat to democracy, Mark. APC, most dangerous threat to democracy. That's David Mark talking there, the national chairman of ADC. PDP crisis, court bars to Raki-led faction from National Secretariat. Court bars to Raki-led faction from National Secretariat. So it appears that Wike is having a stronghold on the party now
Exactly.
because the court, INEC has recognized this convention. The court has barred Turaki Net Faction from accessing Wadata House, except if a Supreme Court decides otherwise, because they are going to the Supreme Court. So Wike, so far so good, is the winner in this battle.
Which still shows that the Wahala and PDP is still on.
It's still on. Somehow
it's far from over.
Wike has a lot of advantages to himself.
Of course.
Yes, looking at the current situation, let's be very realistic.
About you of his position.
He's a member of the bench. He's also a lawyer. His wife is also a lawyer. So it's like the esprit de corps.
Really?
If I'm to put it like that, allegedly. Esprit de corps kind of thing. You are a journalist now.
I think he has things going on for him by virtue of his position currently as Minister of the Federal Capital, and by virtue of the fact that he has the strong backing of the president, and by virtue of the fact that allegedly,
are you saying is that why he's winning the cases?
Of course. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. If Wike is not holding this particular office, he's now holding. The amount of power he seems to exert and the strength with which he's holding the PDP to ransom, he wouldn't have been having all this.
Don't you think it's because he's doing things the right way?
Which kind of right?
Due process. The judgment. Hold on.
A political party shouldn't be a property of one particular person. A political party is a group of people with similar ideologies that come together towards a certain end.
Yes.
So everybody's view must be respected. One person alone cannot hold the whole party to ransom. You cannot always ensure that my beliefs and my opinion must come to pass. And this is what is exactly happening in the PDP. He's not giving chance to anybody to move around. So you understand? And he's able to do that because of the position he's currently holding and the backing of the government that he has.
It's not now that he has been exerting his authority on PDP now.
Let us speak on this matter.
Yes, now. I have to play the devil's advocate.
But let me understand something.
That's what
Let me say something. Yeah. In as much as what I agree with Mr. Ibrahim to the largest extent, allegedly because of the positions he occupies and the rest of them, but give it to Wike too. In the realm of politics, he understands the game.
Yeah, understand.
All of them understand the game. They are all politicians. They are all politicians. They understand the game.
People who are there before him.
Excuse me.
Of course. So is he an authority when it comes to politics in Nigeria?
Was it not yesterday we were saying that some certain fellows of the members of PDP left the party for some time, and he was able to grab the structure. Excuse me.
Hey, that is what is working for him now. Go ahead and make your comment.
Allow me. That's what is holding on for. That's what's working for him. That's what I'm going to, OJ.
Exactly.
You keep telling me I should make a, but you allow me to make the point.
Then quickly make your point.
Don't rush me. If you don't want me to make, then you make the point.
Allow my friend to make his point.
No, you see,
no, it's okay.
He'll be making his point. No, you have to. You have to.
Let him make the point.
No,
you have to make the point. I'm telling you, I am building my point. And we're on TV.
Yes.
So you must allow me pick it a step.
Let's allow him to fall.
This is language here. Communication.
Exactly.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people.
Yes.
So you're not my.
See, now you are wasting time.
I'm not wasting my time
making your point.
Wike
has
paid his dues in PDP.
Exactly.
He has paid his dues in PDP.
Yes.
Okay.
Over time.
Okay.
We all know what happened when he was there. When the party seems to be weak, he was there. He carried the party to a certain level, and so just like I gave a proverb that there was a time a man who left his wife and children for many years. After 10 years, you are coming back, no communication, no nothing. There's very possibility that the woman will adjust the structure of the family. You might likely not even command the respect you deserve as a father. Now,
why are you people then contradicting yourselves?
That what?
Yes, from what you have said, you are contradicting yourselves, and that is the point I'm trying to make.
No.
You were the one who brought up the issue of saying, he's a barrister, his wife is a lawyer, and not, as if he's getting hold on. You are contradicting yourself.
I'm only trying to tell you. Excuse me, listen.
You are contradicting yourself. Now you know that
you don't do selective. You don't do selective listening. OJ, let me tell you. That's not selective listening. OJ, we are trying to rally around every factor that
made him strong in that party.
But no, it's trying to bring that conspiracy theory.
It's not conspiracy.
It's conspiracy theory that because he's a barrister, that is why he's getting out of the no. I stand to disagree. That is the point I'm trying to make. I don't want to agree.
Listen, what you think?
Allegedly, I don't want to hear it in this case.
There are several factors that were responsible. There are several factors according to him.
Being a minister is one.
Exactly. Having the power of the president is another one. Him being a lawyer is another one.
Turakitu was a former minister.
And the amount of energy he put into
Turakitu was a former
minister. Me and you were there at the national convention.
And the amount of sacrifice and energy he put into the party is also another.
Excuse me.
But what you are saying is that
Ibrahim, we were there at the national convention. You saw what happened to former ministers. Some of them were nobody even knew they were former ministers.
It happens to every leader.
In Nigeria, OJ, I have a DIG. I have a DIG in my estate. When he's coming back, retired DIG. When he was the DIG, when he's returning from work, wherever you are around that axis, you will know he's returning. Because the power bites will blow the siren. Immediately he resigned. We didn't even know when he used to go out. Or when he used to come
that's to tell you that is to tell you that it is the office, it's not the individual. You understand? But if some of them don't know that,
the point I'm trying to make to you.
But life will tell you that
in Nigeria,
yes,
he's a serving minister, a retired minister.
But I don't want to believe, gentlemen. I don't want to believe that it is because he is a minister and that he is, he's a lawyer. His wife is also a senior judge. That is why his faction is getting favorable. You use the word allegedly. Yes. You say most. You see whatever terms you want to use. Me, I say no. So the point I'm trying to make here is that don't you guys think it is because he is following due process in his ways of doing things? That is his camp.
That's why he said he's a lawyer. That's part of the reason why he said he's a lawyer.
God bless you. No, he's a lawyer. Then he knew the due process, right? It is in people. So if he's following if he's using
the rest of his points,
you understand? If he's using his legal knowledge to follow due process, number one, you have to hold congresses in states. As against the Turaki faction who refused to hold congresses in up to 14 states and went to hold a convention last November. But it's okay to see that as against the constitution of the party. You understand?
Because he knows the law.
You understand? That was what the court said. Looking by your own constitution, you're supposed to have congresses in all the states. You didn't have congress. You went ahead to have a national convention. That was the premise the court used against Turaki. But they made sure they had their congresses first before this convention that would end
here yesterday.
Good. So is it because he's a minister?
Because he's a lawyer too.
All of them are lawyers. Even Turaki is even son, senior advocate of Nigeria. It's even son. Wike is not even a son. So the point I say no. Don't make it look as if Wike is his camp is getting the favorable judgments because he is his perception. Gentlemen's perception.
Moving on. Moving on. Rather perception.
Is
the perception of his office. So rather because he knows the law. All this comes together to make him who he is. But one thing we can always give him is that he has a very strong character, and that is actually working for him.
Yes, I agree.
In addition to all the other factors that we mentioned. We may agree or disagree, but honestly speaking, all these have played a part in the helping Wike to holding the party in a very strong grip.
That's you see when I say OJ doesn't look at I'm even in line with him. I say he understands. Excuse me, OJ, don't cut me. He understands the game of that politics. For you to understand that, for me to get a legal backing and strong will, I must conduct Congress at the state level. He took advantage of the loopholes and the mistakes
sometimes of
the other faction.
He's not smarter than everybody there. You see, it's impunity. The problem we have with our democracy, in most cases, is the issue of impunity.
You think coming back to that?
I know what I am saying now. I'm using your word against yourself. It is okay, maybe you may be aligning with me, but there are some terms you are using that is spoiling the whole thing, the whole support you think you have for me.
Choice of words.
Using using allegedly, using no, you understand? No, so you no, if you are aligning, then okay, let me use the word aligning.
Okay, I don't want to align.
Moving on.
Move on, let's go.
Okay.
Discussion continues.
Let the discussion continue.
Behind the scene.
Yes. Okay, so move on to our next issue. Blueprint. Northern governors set up security funds, back states police. Northern governors set up security fund, back states police. The riders there, troops repel ISWAP attack, kill 38 in Brno. Muftwang imposes curfew in Plateau over Palm Sunday mayhem. And bandits assault claims 13 wedding guests in Kaduna. Secures scores are rather adopted. Well, okay. And foreign affairs humanitarian ministers resign. Okay, so we've not heard of the humanitarian minister. It's the foreign affairs that is more popular.
Exactly.
Okay, so or perhaps that has just happened while we're talking.
Exactly.
Like I said, it's still fresh. So court bars Turaki led PDP from National Secretariat. Okay, INEC recognizes Wiki-backed leadership. So is it because it's Wiki, that's why INEC is recognizing?
You are still coming back to it.
No, it's
We are past this. Let's move forward.
I thought we said let the discussion continue.
I don't know why you said. You also said behind the scene.
You say I want. Okay, please.
We have other business.
Let's leave Wiki alone.
Okay.
I've made my point. Wiki is a powerful man politically.
He is.
You cannot take it away from him.
He is. He has a very strong character.
Okay. All right. So let's from Blueprint. Which one do we have next? And yes, the New Telegraph. Gunmen kill 53 in Plateau Market. Kaduna wedding ceremony attacks. Is this figure a combination of the Kaduna and the Plateau? Because the gunmen kill 53 in Plateau Market.
Yes, because of the comma.
Yeah. I think it's the combination.
Plateau Market and in Kaduna wedding.
You know, sometimes when you are reading these headlines, you need to read it very well.
Very well, of course.
Because when people say 53, it will now seem as if, okay, we're having a conflicting figures now.
A single punctuation will change the whole meaning.
So it is the combination of those killed in Kaduna and Plateau that sum up the figure of 53.
Yes.
It's really perfect.
53 lives.
53 lives.
Very sad.
In 24 hours.
Innocent lives. Okay, we'll move on. Yes, Kwankwaso, we recorded membership surge since Sunday, so says ADC. We recorded membership surge since Sunday, says ADC. Yeah. So if the Kwankwasia,
yes,
if all Kwankwaso supporters,
the impact of the Kwankwasia
movement, of course,
now registering.
You're now registering
to the ADC. Exactly.
So definitely the support of
Kwankwaso movement, those who also believe in Kwankwaso as a person too, that are not Kwankwasia.
That are not Kwankwasia, exactly.
Kwankwasia, even from the southern part of Nigeria.
There's also a very strong number, very large population.
And Kwankwaso moving to ADC is a statement that is yet to be uncovered. It's a statement that is cooking. It's a signal. So there are people who, by virtue of hearing that move, will just align. They don't want to know why he's joining. Maybe he's going to be the flag bearer or not. They don't want to know. Like yesterday on the streets, when I was walking around my estate, you would see everybody would talk of the whole town. Anybody just mentioned Kwankwaso have joined APC.
Okay, so has it aroused interest in the Kwankwaso's joining the ADC? Do you think that it will arouse interest in the political mindset of Nigerians in taking the next election serious?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Those who might want to say, I don't want to be part of the bottom may now say, okay, maybe something
will happen.
I said something from the time before.
The maths must change.
I said something before. I said there are certain things that are more laudable than 10 campaigns put together. Little actions. They are laudable more than 10 campaigns put together. Now, if you go to the streets yesterday, hearing Kwankwaso the campaign, and then looking at that video that trended a few weeks ago.
When Obi went to Kano.
It is now beginning to add up in the minds of an average young man that has, been discouraged before now. So that video and then hearing that, eventually he has joined. OJ, I can tell you for free, I work on the streets. It is raising a lot of dust everywhere. People are beginning to say, okay, it doesn't seem that that's what we are expecting to see. Is it likely to be this or that or that? And
so the interest is now high.
It's gathering momentum. Seriously, seriously. There are people even ladies, women.
Okay.
People are saying if that happens, if Obi that thing we saw in that video, if it eventually happens, then I'm in.
So everyone will be looking forward to the national primaries now.
Exactly.
Yes.
What the outcome will look like.
If the ADC
that's the next milestone now.
In fact, and now we are going to test the sensitivity of ADC as a party. Because if ADC is sensitive, they don't need to be told what is in the minds of an average Nigerian. And that is where the problem is. Most of these politicians, I'm sorry to say, their personal ego and ambition swallows the collective feelings and impulse of the people.
But this time around, we are giving them the benefit of doubt.
That's why some of them lose election. OJ, if you are loved in this compound, you will know. If you are hated, except you don't move around.
Or you may be loved, but there are some certain position you will say, okay, I'm loved here, but this is not the right time for me to rule them.
Yes, you will.
Let me support somebody that will be their leader.
Yes,
or something like that. That is,
and that brings us to the fact that most of these politicians have wrong advisors. It is the same young people like me and you that go and tell them all that. Do you know? Okay, you need to hang around some of these top politicians. I have been close to some of them. It is the same young youth like me and you that used to tell them that everything is okay,
even while it is not.
I'm telling you the truth. The biggest problem politicians face
are the advisors.
OJ.
And most of them are psychophants.
Yes. I have one. He's listening to me now. If you hear him talk, my age mate, because he's benefiting. Not everything is okay. Don't you see spokespersons going to TV to tell you that everything is working? So somebody that will look at the hungry man, the die. Do you know these killings in Plateau State? Somebody will still go and tell government that no mind them.
This is politically motivated.
It's just a clash between two people that have been quarreling for the past 10 years. It is people like me and you that will go and tell leaders like that. You need to. So the youth in itself, we are the problem. We are the problem. Especially when we get, have you not seen videos that was trending? What video was? Somebody that was condemning a particular president, telling us that if you support that president, that's the beginning of your problem. Few weeks down the line, the person is wearing the cap of that president, smiling, money, looking good. So it is we the youth who are the problem. We are still the problem. When you are telling these leaders all this well.
Okay. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on this morning. Okay, the New Telegraph. Okay, move on from PDP crisis. Abuja court restrains Turaki-led faction from National Secretariat. Okay. Which other issue we have very quickly as we try to sum up the Punch? Military gets 2.3 trillion naira special funding amid security crisis. Military gets 2.3 trillion naira special funding amid security crisis. This is more money for the military. And we hope that they will use it judiciously. 2 ministers resigned to contest elections. Okay.
We're sure it's 2 now.
Yeah, we are very sure it's 2 now. The humanitarian and foreign affairs. Canada hikes residents' citizenship fees for Nigerians, others. Okay. So to Jackpa now, you need to look at
another
you need to think to it. It has always been expensive.
How do I see
processing the Canada permanent residents? I can share you for free because I think I have one in my family. I can tell you that no poor man travels to Canada. If you know what it takes to go to Canada, prove the POT, the POF, processing the IELTS, whatever requirements. Anybody that you hear goes to Canada is not poor. It's not poor. And a single individual going to Canada can cost you more than 10 million. Just one person.
That's huge.
Okay. All right, move on and let's check out some more headlines. The INEC OK's Wiki PDP block. Court bars to Raiki. Okay. Violence erupts in South Africa over alleged Igbo king coronation. The issue of Igbo king, the issue of South Africa, and now at some point, and then we've talked about this today earlier. Five fuel vessels arrived Lagos amid supply worries, and that's a good one there. Leadership editor-in-chief bags NUJ award. Okay, that's a good one there for the leadership newspaper. Okay, so we have one from Kwankwaso there. The headline there from Kwankwaso. Okay, I think it's still the same thing on the show.
Yes.
So the last but not least is the sports paper from the Punch, known as the Sports Extra. Time up. 9th straight loss fuels retirement calls for Aruna Quadri. He has been on the scene for long. We're talking about table tennis. So he's supposed to give way now for the young lads. But the problem is nobody has surpassed. Take the crown.
Wear his shoes.
That's the problem. Liverpool battle Newcastle for 80 million euros. Suarez. Eagles chase flawless friendly record in March. So they were playing Jordan today. One of the friendlies lined up for them. Boniface set for Bremen return. So all these and more, check out the Sports Extra this morning. And on this note, we've come to the end of this segment, the newspaper review. We're going for a quick break. When we return, we'll surely bring you one of our talking points next. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. The P&B Morning Show continues right here, and we are, of course, looking at the topic on your screen right now. Now, the passing of a loved one is always deeply personal, but when it involves powerful figures, even grief can become a public conversation. From Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, former Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, has steered debates after reportedly declining the offer of a presidential jet from Bola Ahmed Tinubu to bring back the remains of his late mother. Was it a quiet act of personal principle, a message about public resource, or a subtle political signal in Nigeria's ever-evolving power dynamics? So this morning, we unpack the decision that has everyone talking and what it truly says about leadership, loyalty, and optics in high places. So to discuss this quickly, we have Ibrahim Shaibu here with us, Malam Ibrahim Shaibu, and of course, Chidi Kenneth. So gentlemen, you're welcome back.
Thank you.
So we are looking at this now. Why El-Rufai rejected Tinubu's presidential jet to repatriate his late mom. It was reported that President Tinubu offered the presidential jet to repatriate the remains of late El-Rufai's mom, and he rejected it, or the family rejected it. So what's your take on this?
Well, if Mr. Ibrahim, let me start by saying it, because I want to first of all say that I want to respect Mr. El-Rufai for standing firm to what he believes in his principle. Well, I think I see myself in him somehow, because I see it as a way, like you said, principles. He's a man who tries to draw the line when it is necessary. He doesn't mix A, he crosses the teeth and does it. I admit A is for apple, A is for apple. What I stand for is what I stand for. You can't incarcerate me, put me into prison or whatever it is, or detain me for long. And then when I lost my mom, you are even giving me 2 weeks or what, or they're about to go and bury my mom and bear the grief and then come back. And then you are the same person giving me a private jet to gamble. So there's a lot. It doesn't add up, OJ. Emotionally, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up, because El-Rufai will be saying in his mind, I'm not the only one that has committed anything that nobody has committed. So why am I being tossed around from here to here? So there is a war. And he's trying to make you understand that, look, we are fighting politically. You can't, like the same, a senior police officer told me one day. He looked at me and said, Ken, anybody will carry you go police. carry you go report you for police, maybe your friend. The person no want good for you. If you don't feel settle that thing between you and him, he carry you go report for police because of small matter, he's not your friend. So that word kept ringing in my ear. So, you know, that was many years ago, about 9 or 10 years ago. I think he's retired now. So what am I trying to say? El-Rufai is making it clear that no matter, you know, what you try to do to woo me or try to, no, I am fighting with you and I'm fighting with you. And to be very honest with you, that's the kind of person I am too. So I don't laugh with you when I'm supposed to be crying and then cry with you when I'm supposed to be laughing. I don't do it as a person. So when I see him doing that, I respect his stability, his consistency in his personality. You know, like some people who play politics of psychophancy, he doesn't play that. He made it clear to you that, look, Oga, we are fighting. Regardless of the fact that I lost my mom, we are fighting. You know, and secondly, that could also be seen as great gift too. If you look at it,
the Trojan horse.
The Trojan horse. You know, you can't be telling me to take plane to private jet to go and bring my mother. If you had given me my freedom and you didn't talk to me from one this thing to the other, probably I would have been by the side of my mom. My mom, who knows whether part of this whole issue disturbing is part of what contributed allegedly to, you know, the trauma of the woman too, because the woman is sick. My mother is sick in the hospital, Jay, and you are here, you are arresting me. She's hearing it now.
No, but he was in Egypt. Nobody asked him to return.
No, you cannot say nobody asked him.
Nobody asked him to return. He was the one who returned voluntarily.
Probably we don't know where he had plan of going back again. Because we know most of us, for some of us who knows how important our mothers is to us, for me.
Okay.
You understand me? So I'm trying to whip up the sentiment there. I'm also trying to establish his mindset.
Okay.
There is a man who draws the line when necessary. No hard feeling, but this is what I am. This is who I am.
Ibrahim Shaibu, your own take on this.
First of all, as a citizen of Kaduna State, I will like to express my grief and condolence to His Excellency, former Governor of Kaduna State and former FCT Minister Alhaji Malam Nasir El-Rufai, for this great loss. And what actually happened is, you see, in Nigeria, one of our problems is that we always try to politicize things. A death of an elderly woman should not have been a subject of our politicization. But having said that, Malam Nasir El-Rufai's family rejecting the offer of a private jet to repatriate the body of his late mom, I think is something that is supposed to be treated as a personal thing. And then they, with respect, decline the offer. Not because of whatever difference they are having with the powers that be, the president, in that sense, I mean the president or his cabinet, but because they have already made a prior arrangement with a private airliner to convey the body of the deceased. It was based on that they said they kindly declined the offer. That look, we have already made preparations and we cannot go back against this arrangement. So we thank the president for his consideration, but we are honorably respectfully declining the offer. So I don't see any reason why now we will begin to... in fact, beside the Daily Trust, I haven't seen this subject being discussed anywhere in any other newspaper.
Okay.
Because issues of death, particularly a death of an elderly woman, is not supposed to be a subject of political discussions.
Of national concern.
Or national... no, it should be a matter of national concern, considering the figure, the personality of the person whose mother she was. Do you understand? But the only way it can become a national issue is just by naming the people that are going to condole with the family. Apart from that, there shouldn't have been discussions why that happened, why this happened, and etc. etc.
I agree with you.
So this is my only consideration. That is why I don't even have much in that subject to say, apart from the fact that we condole with the family. And if the family, as an individual or as a family, decided that no, we don't want to accept the presidential offer, not because we are looking down on him or we are disrespecting him, but because we have already made preparations in some other ways. I think that's just the way I look at this thing. I think it is over for me. That's just it.
Well, Mr. you are very correct, Mr. Oje. Permit me to also add to what Mr. Ibrahim said. You know, looking at your own side of the argument too, I can say you are also right. Right in the sense that for me, that is just some, you know, discussions made between two friends politically, and the position of the family, whether the family has made an arrangement or not, the family also reserves the right to accept.
Exactly, or to decline.
Or to decline.
Yes.
You know, there are some places when you go to and they offer you food, you said no, thanks, even when you are hungry.
Not, but not because you don't like the person offering.
Because of your personal principle as a person. You know, maybe probably there are. I know of a friend who will never eat outside. No matter how hungry he is, he must eat his wife's food. And his name is Jamesy. He will never, because he got married over 11 years now, he has never eaten
It's outside. A matter of principle.
Yes. I used to be like this.
No matter
25 years
how
ago.
hungry he is.
No, he had a very serious hunger.
Has not come.
No,
he has not.
Yes.
You know,
when by time he knows that he cannot get home to meet that wonderful food of his wife, he will learn how to.
I remember I used to leave office. I lived to leave office after Zuhr prayer.
Yes.
Between my office to my house is a very far distance. But I used to leave office after Zuhr prayer because I don't eat outside to go home. That was about 25 years ago, to go home, take my lunch and come. Then later along the way, my wife advised, why shouldn't she be putting my food flags in my car so that I will be going? Then I adopted that one, but then people are laughing at me. You are coming to office with food flags. You are just like a woman. So I stopped that too. Until I went back to my habit. So one day like that, my director had that this is what I do. So he came and stopped near my car. When I came out to go, I said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to home. To do what? I said, no, I just have promised. Yeah, I'm not going home to eat today. So that's just how it is. But when you make that analogy of some people not taking
a principle.
Suppose I've already eaten. I'm already bellyful. And now you give me that offer of food. That's exactly what happened, because I make an analogy. I think that's exactly what happened about the offer of Jay and the declining of it.
The family has already made arrangements.
Because that is what even the paper reported. Do you understand? This is the only source where this information came from, the Daily Trust. And even the Daily Trust has affirmed to that they declined based on the fact that they have already made prior arrangement with a private airliner to convey the body of the dead.
Yes. You must also understand that. Let me be I'm trying to put in a little bit of psychology here now.
You don't start.
No, it's true.
Now go ahead.
Go ahead.
If I don't want something from you, I can produce answers.
Of course. That is to be expected.
You know, I'm trying to paint the human factor here. If I don't like you, I have big bitterness for you or reservations for you. Everything about you, I will produce answers just to decline.
Okay, but if you show respect in your answer, your decline.
Yes.
You understand?
Of course.
That's the approach. Yeah, so
that's the way I dish it out. So that's a different thing altogether.
It shouldn't be anything.
No, it shouldn't be an issue. Of course.
It shouldn't be an issue.
I'm only trying to tell you that that response could be true, may not be true. It's not for us to determine, but I'm just trying to tell you that let's be very truthful to ourselves. El-Rufai and the current administration, they are not in good terms.
But those who paid him a condolence visit,
it doesn't.
They all came from different walks of life.
They are not political, like I always say.
Yes, because why?
Yes.
Do you know why? No matter how I disagree with you, I currently in my estate now where I stay. There was a battle in the estate, and along the line, the vice chairman of the estate lost the brother. And the same people who would write petition against him to take him to police.
Came to condone.
You know, there's this power, there's this sanctity about the dead. Have you visited when you go to burial? Like last year, I witnessed about 7 burials. You see 2 enemies standing together like this, solemn.
To grieve. And after grieving,
they say, turn and shake your neighbor, say, it is well with you. You will turn and shake the enemy. But once they leave that graveyard gate and get back, the battle continues. So it is, you see, and I keep asking myself, and the pastors will be there preaching, love yourself, there is nothing in this life, forgive yourself one another. That preaching, everybody will say amen.
The pastor has played his role, just like what Patami did in that burial.
Yes, I'm only trying to paint a picture of what happened. At the end of the day, you see these same 2 people, when they get back to the estate, the battle continues.
That's human for you.
After all, globally, politically, I always repeat these things here, that in politics, there's no permanent enemy and there's no permanent friend.
Yes.
These people you are seeing having problems among themselves now, you may be surprised. In the next few months, they will be together again. You have seen this happen quite a number of times.
Something will bring them together. Like
something will always bring them together. It is on that basis.
Yes.
It is on that basis that you see the president extending this what could I say, generosity. Of saying, okay, now use the presidential
because of
yes,
but then something will come together.
Knowing how El-Rufai is,
especially debt.
Exactly. Of course,
it's a very powerful, thing. That nobody, you see, when I'm talking from my personal experience too. When somebody dies, you see, people lay aside differences
and then come together and commiserate and
to respect the dead.
Yes, to respect. See, bereavement actually brings your
people together.
Yes,
people together. Maybe your former allies or your
yes. You can even see Obasa. That's one or two persons came there.
The current governor of Kaduna State was there. They were former allies, and
there are perceived grievance in between the two, even with the Shehu Sani. Yes. But you can see them all over the place. I think at the initial, the first few days of the death, I think it was Shehu Sani and Obasani that are even receiving guests who come to condole the families of the governor. Despite their differences,
yes,
we have always known, that I come from Kaduna, I know these three have always been together. They are very close friends.
I think we all know the battle between Senator Shehu Sani and El-Rufai, all through El-Rufai's tenure.
Let me tell you something. I've seen them together around 3 a.m. together. That's a very long time. Was it during when the governor was contesting, when they were preparing for contest of the first time he became a governor in our constituency. They have always been close, these three, Obasani, Shehu Sani, and El-Rufai. But it's politics that just dividing them a little bit far, and then now, that whatever it is, politicians are always together. I think one of them publicly said one time that, when you see politicians fighting, don't come between them if you're a commoner. One of them said that.
Let me even put it well. It's a popular saying in my place. It's not even politicians. So there's a saying in my place that the two rich men cannot be enemies because of you, the poor man.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's a saying in my place that two rich men. I gave that advice to a friend of mine who was, very, very loyal, quote unquote, fighting for the agenda of a particular big man in my estate. And I called him. I said, these two big men are fighting. You are being at the front. These two men cannot be enemies because
exactly.
That is the more reason. And later on came back to tell me, I said, that God will bless me. I said, you see, we saw the two of them doing a street walk. And
they will be laughing at you.
And then everybody will think, these people, and this is not the same two people that is shaking the whole place. That is the saying, that saying is actually true.
So you see, that's what you said. And what I've said about them always being together is the more reason why I don't want to give political coloration to the circumstances surrounding the death of this highly respected great woman. Because issues of death and bereavement should not be a matter of politicalization, especially when in a situation where we are currently finding ourselves in Nigeria. She is dead, may her soul rest in peace. Let's face other things that are ahead of us rather than discussing or politicizing her death.
But you will not, sorry to also add, sorry for Mr. General. Mr. Brian, let me be very, very truthful to you. Nigerians use a lot of things.
I know. That's my personal opinion.
When you see them with politicians, you see the way they arrange marriage weddings.
It's still politics.
Not because they love the wedding or they love the family they want to marry from.
They are for political advantage.
Yes, I have seen it. I used to see that around some of them. You will tell them, they will even choose the hall. One of them told me that I have an aspiration in so year. I'm going to use my son's wedding to test my acceptability in my state. And took the wedding to his state capital, Makurdi. And choose the best hotel, did a very flamboyant wedding to test
how popular he is among the people.
And how accepted he is by the
among the elites.
Yes.
Among the elites.
I overheard him saying that in my presence. And it happened. And guess what? After a few months after the wedding did not, the marriage didn't even work. You see, because the motive for the marriage was class versus class, and the couples did not even last for more than 2 years.
All right, so gentlemen, thank you very much. We just have to go now and come back again and bring up our second issue of the day. So let the discussion continue, and we wish the El-Rufai and the presidency the very best. We hope that politically they will reconcile themselves.
They will reconcile themselves.
And let the dead have peace. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. The P&B Morning Show is what you're watching live from Politics and Business Television. And if you are joining us, watching us via YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Okay, it is Politics and Business TV.English. Politics and Business Politics and Business TV.English is our handle on Facebook. Yes, the and should be the sign. Okay, the and sign, I should say, the and sign. And in NICOMSAT, you can watch us on channel 008. Channel 008 on NICOMSAT. So on Facebook, please support us by subscribing to the channel and of course liking this broadcast so that more people can be aware of our content right here on Politics and Business Television.English. Now we dive into the crisis in Plateau. Now Plateau State is once again in the spotlight as for troubling reasons. And another attack, more lives lost, almost immediately retaliation. The question many Nigerians are asking is simple but urgent. How do we end these senseless killings? So in communities like Jos, fear has become routine. Government strike, residents panic, and before long, anger boils over into reprisal attacks, deepening an already fragile security situation. Are security forces overwhelmed, or is there a deeper breakdown in trust and response? If this cycle continues unchecked, what does it mean for peace, justice, and the future of these communities? So let's quickly discuss the issue of the Plateau crisis. When will this senseless killing end? Ibrahim Shaibu is here, and of course, Chidi Kenneth is also here. Gentlemen, the Palm Sunday attack is causing debate now. Officially, the police is insisting 14 lives were dead, while residents are saying it's 27. Whatever the figure, lives were lost, and lost in a manner that is causing debate now, and even some U.S. congressmen reacting. So when would this end? So let me start with you, Ibrahim.
Well, it's sad to say and to affirm that for now there's no end in sight, because we assume the government is working hard toward curtailing this insecurity situation in our country. We've seen a lot of money being put into ensuring that our military have been adequately equipped, intelligence have been well put in place, but still the aims have been defeated. We cannot get this game right unless we do certain measures. For example, one, we have to re-strategize. It seems as if all the previous strategies we have been applying, either politically or militarily, is not really working. Because if it has been working, by now we'll begin to see decline in the amount of deaths that have been occurring, the decline in the number of insurgencies that have been taking place across the region, across the whole northern region and Nigeria by extension. We'll have been seeing decline in the number of banditry that's taking place in other, particularly in the northwest region. We would have seen decline in the rate of crisis within the communities that are happening, because some of these killings are not actually insurgency or banditry. I even couldn't actually define it. Is it communal? Is it something that has to do with religion or what? We have reached a point whereby we cannot even begin to define what kind of killings are these, what kind of violence is taking place. And then we begin to see trillions of naira. Just today in our newspaper review, we saw that military has been given about trillions. I can't remember the exact figure, but trillions.
About 2 points.
2 point something trillions. Unless we begin to, although we know ordinarily, security forces are not being subjected to accountability, but unless we do this, we can never get it right. Because there are a lot of, let me use my friend's favorite one, there are a lot of allegations that these funds are not being used judiciously for the purpose for which they were actually released. So unless we begin to put in some mechanism to ensure that accountability of military spending have been put in place, we will continue, the aim will continually be defeated. This is my major concern is now how do we spend our military spending? Because you cannot fight war or insurgency or banditry without money, without equipment. And it is money that you use to ensure that the right equipment are in place, the right intelligence are also obtained before you begin to think of how do you fight this insecurity. That is why for me, I've reached a situation where I can no longer define. I can no longer see the possibility of this insecurity coming to an end. That's why I say for me now, the end is not yet in sight for me.
Okay. Chidi.
All right, first and foremost, let me start by condemning what happened. It's very condemnable, and it's becoming more or less a recurrent issue. We're getting familiar, and too familiar for that matter, over killings. 15, 20 years back before now, when somebody dies, it's a cause for serious national concern. But now we are hearing people dying in just this March alone. We've lost soldiers in hundreds. We've lost for something. We have lost killings every time.
So far so good this
just
year.
Now 54.
The month of March has been like very yes. It has been
black.
As far as deaths is concerned in Nigeria. In fact, I think we've recorded more deaths in Nigeria than where war is going on.
Exactly.
Somebody said
honestly speaking,
somebody cracked a joke as how many people have even died in Iran.
Yes.
To begin with, they are not just 1,000 plus.
So
according to
1,000 plus.
Yes.
Just today, just yesterday, we have 54 in one particular region, Plateau and Kaduna.
Now, we're not talking about those that have died out of medical carelessness. We're not even adding those ones. Medical banditry.
Or insurgency.
Medical insurgency. Yes, it's true. Because you see people, snake bite will kill somebody in 21st century. In 2026. We are all here when it happened. So what do you call that? Is medical insurgency now. That same hospital, I visited it. When you see people banging the door, shouting, the doctor will not open the door to come and attend to patients. That very hospital, I don't want to call the name of the hospital. I have witnessed it myself. You see somebody, I have also witnessed another hospital where my wife was admitted for 3 weeks and people just died like chicken every morning. Christ, so let me not even go there. I condemn it, and sometimes I wonder how we arrive at 220 million. Because the rate at which people are dying, people are even scared of giving birth more than even dying now because of the economy. But people are dying, It's coming to, but let me also say this.
It's becoming almost like we are there at the same rate that we are giving birth.
Let me tell you one of the reasons why, I keep saying this and I will see it with every authority. We don't respect the psychological cause of a matter. What is the psychological cause of disunity, war, conflict? It is a lack of truth and justice. Anywhere you see conflict and crisis going on, unending, no solution in sight, OJ, the truth is this. I'm saying it on national TV. There is no truth yet, and there is no justice yet.
That is why after killing hundreds of people, we say, now let's come and do truth and reconciliation committee.
OJ, when you visit some police division
after death,
and you see the way some IPOs handle some matters, they will go back and bring out and stab them. The other person will go and stab the other person back because he did not get justice. And the same police will go back and go and rearrest again. If for those of us who visit police divisions a lot, we go and attend to one issue or the other, we see these things. When somebody will look at you, and because he's the complainant, somebody will slap you today, OJ, for nothing, and then run to the police to go and report you, and the police will listen to him. And you that was slapped, before you I'm telling you what I see. And so when you now go there, somebody will listen to you, and when you now go there as the one that was even hot, they say, guys, keep quiet, go behind the counter. OJ, when you leave that place at the end of the day, you are granted bail. There's every likelihood that you go back and slap that person back to balance the equation. And he will slap again, so the fight continues. I'm trying to paint the scenario why this attack and reprisal attack keeps happening. There is a total absence of truth and justice. When you put these two things in place, trust me, OJ, to a very large extent, you are going to achieve peace in any community. I told a policeman one day, I said, the root cause of when you see two people having issues, check out for the one that doesn't know how to talk. One of the root cause of conflict between two human beings is manner of approach. Check out for the one that started, because it might not be the one that hits that. Check. The man said, and he started. So, OJ, this truth, this justice is not there. We saw the governor coming into an armored tank and addressing people. Why are you entering the armored tank?
Why shouldn't he? Why shouldn't he?
Is he not? Oh.
No, I see people condemning that on social media. Look, there's something people don't know about somebody who is a number one citizen. You understand? Did anybody know how the war in Rwanda even started in 1994?
It's not stupid news. It
is the killing of the president of one of the tribes.
Yes.
Are you getting it? Just the gunning down of the plane. He was going somewhere in the helicopter and they brought it down. It's a very simple. This is something that has happened in Nigeria that today nothing has happened. We thank God for all that. But in some climes it don't have that doesn't happen. They cannot take that. So in this case, as a governor, where he is going, a security has been breached. Okay? The state government called for a curfew. The people came out protesting. There is possibility if he had rode on the normal car that everybody on social media wanted him to ride on, to drive there, he might be pelted with stones, with whatever, with weapons. It's possible. So first, he has to go to that environment. Security has been breached. So as the governor, the number one citizen of the state, he has to protect himself. That's from my own perspective. You know what to say about security. Go there and protect himself first. Okay?
Most of that is from a zone.
Good.
That zone can also
so he has to protect himself first. First. And people are now saying, why should he use a armored car? He's protecting himself. Yes, he's a leader.
Nonsense.
And he came down. Now, the same people who are bringing up that narrative did not bring up the narrative of when he came down from the armored car and joined when the situation has calmed down. After talking to them from the armored car, and they now realize that okay, you are a psychologist, somehow and the crowd, he has somehow from his words and other calmed down the crowd. He came down from the armored car and joined the crowd. You can see the pictures are there. Nobody said anything about that.
That's wisdom.
Are you getting it now? Because if anything had happened to him, God forbid, if anything had happened to him without protecting himself, he could regenerate to another level that you understand. Whoa, because this thing happened now, you have hurt our son. Conspiracy theories will begin to come out, and before you know, crisis will erupt, and only God knows where to take us to. So, as a leader, and where security has been breached, you have to protect that. It is the office.
You have to be alive to make peace.
Yes, you have to be alive to make peace.
The dead does not make peace.
Now, nobody. Okay, if you had not visited the area, the Rukuba area, they'll say, the governor
doesn't seem to care.
It doesn't seem to care. He's somewhere enjoying himself and all that. Now he has gone there. The only thing now is he used the armored car. What do we want as citizens? What do we really want?
Well, these are the things that come.
You can never satisfy Nigerians.
Thank you very much. I was going there.
That is how
we
are.
Be very honest with you. No, it's not about satisfying. OJ, you see, let me also link this question to a particular story or a narration. You see, OJ, when you see some of these crises, and you see some of the indigents, they are being granted interview. You hear things like, would they call them? Say, CEO, would they call them? Okay, see this thing, see checkpoint here. Okay, see checkpoint here. Would they call them? Say they want to attack us. They write us. I'm coming. They write us. Say, they go come attack. We go report. Say they go come attack. Would they call them? They no answer. Somebody told me a story how he was kidnapped along Benue Road to Kefi Road, close to a checkpoint. And the commander was there. They said they should go after them. They said no, if they follow them, the kidnappers will get angry and kill everybody. can just face the passengers from the bus. I have a friend today. She's alive now. She's in Kabusa. I saw her boxes, bullets. In fact, the bullets, she came back with the box, and when she was removing her clothes, we saw, the ammunition empty inside her box. She escaped. Her son said, "Or bruised with bullet." She was the one telling me the story. She was what she's smallish. She was able to hide under the box, and she was telling us the story that she was hearing that, no, don't go. If you go, they will be provoked, and they will kill everybody in front of a checkpoint. So you see, some of these things, when you hear the residents talk after the whole thing, you will not begin to wonder why some of them react and all this and provoke. Okay, if you are a security man, you are armed now, and somebody is beating Josie here, and you can save the situation, and Josie is shattered, you don't save that situation. There's nothing you will tell Josie that Josie will listen to you.
But a security man knows the protocol.
Exactly.
Yes, but he knows his primary responsibility. So you don't just see a policeman and think that every policeman will come and rescue you. There are those responsible for that. Maybe he was
when somebody is dying.
Look,
I'm just asking.
Yes, so he can, if need be.
But I think the police operate with discretion, and it's only the army that can must wait for command. But the policeman, that was why the policeman's hand was cut off with an AK-47, even with a gun, and he didn't shoot you.
Because at the end of the day, you will go to the office and say, officially, where do we send you to? That's it. So sometimes we don't just condemn, we should also put them in our own shoes.
So I'm not condemning, I'm only telling you certain things.
The citizens, they cannot reason rationally
for help.
Yes.
And they were calling me.
Like in the case of Plateau, I've heard this thing you just said. In the case of Plateau, on social media, I've heard some people saying that the community's police station, divisional police station, is even close to where the incident happened. That all the police people on duty did was to take cover. Okay, perhaps
you need to be alive too.
You need to be alive. How many are they? They don't know how many. So perhaps
more equipped.
So they need to be alive to call for reinforcement. It could be as the result of their emergency call that made the police to reinforce themselves.
What happens to our intelligence guard? So we don't have hints of these things.
No, so that is where the problem is. So that's why I don't need to blame the police officers on
security networks sometimes are being compromised.
Yes,
you can't even begin to understand who is responsible for what. But talking about when this endless killing will come to an end, I think initially I talk about subjecting the military spending into scrutiny, probe, or even accountability. We also need to know why and who are responsible for these actions. A lot of people are making allegational statements like it has some international connection and international hands in it. Some are even trying to think that it is politically motivated. Some are even saying it's economic. A lot of conspiracy theories. Some are even saying that maybe it has to do with economy because of all these illegal mining activities that are taking place. But when people begin to make statements like this, you should be rest assured that it's a combination of all. You cannot completely rule out the influence of politics in this mass killing, which has been going on for more than 20 years. You cannot rule out the possibility of economic interest, of international or national interest. You cannot rule out the possibility of political interest also in all of it. There must be element of truth. So that is why your discussion about truth and justice, I think, is quite in place. We have to go to the bottom of it. Why is it happening? Even after, despite spending a huge amount of money running into trillions from the start of this insurgency and banditry and even communal killings up to till now, we have spent so much money in trillions.
$1 billion.
What is next after trillion? After trillion, I don't even know.
Brazilian.
Brazilian, whatever it is, we have spent up to that level. But still, things keep becoming worse and worse and worse and worse. And some people are even saying,
because of the absence of these two things,
some people are even trying to allegedly say that the government is aware of who are responsible for these actions. If the government, in truth, knows who are responsible, why not bring them out publicly and say, look, over the years, why this thing is happening is because of the activities of so and so group or the hands of so and so people. It doesn't matter. All that matters is now we will reduce the number of kills. We have died. You are just being blazed with population. Otherwise, if this happened to another smaller country,
Okay,
now they are gone.
What is the implication of what is going on in Plateau now to the Nigerian economy? Plateau used to be, a place called
business centers,
resort center.
Tourist
and resort center.
You understand, a place of peace, tourism, and all. But today,
good weather.
You understand? Today, Plateau has one of the best weather, in Nigeria, and if not even the best.
Yes.
There's a lot of
once upon a time, you see Europeans and all that who come to Nigeria, is the Plateau. They settle, they come, they stay, and all that. But today, it's no longer like that. Guys, don't you think that the government need to do something to stop this violence so that Plateau will come back to its old state?
Of course.
The old status of a center of tourism.
The government needs to do a lot, especially in promoting peace and justice campaign. Let me be very honest with you. We have come to a level in this country where people benefit from all kinds of negativity. I said it before. People benefit from it now. It's business. For you not to have light, somebody is making money and he will make sure you don't have that. He will ensure you don't have that steady light, because that is his business. Darkness is his business. The man that I don't know these issues. I think the media houses at this point, one of the ways we should go into media protest by not talking about these things anymore. If I'm to speak my mind, because it's becoming
a blackout, media blackout.
I think that's what it was.
The issue of it's like, do you know OJ? Go to the street and just tell somebody you're a journalist and talk. They have this belief that you're just wasting your time.
Nobody's
listening. I'm telling you, OJ, go to the streets.
That is their perception, but at the end of the day, they still need the journalists.
I don't understand.
You understand? They still need the journalists.
Understand where
they still watch news. They still
rationale behind
that.
You don't understand the rationale behind that.
Yes.
They are angry that you, who is the spokesperson for them, the masses, that the leaders don't listen to you. That upon the talk that you are talking every day, nobody's listening. What is going on? The whole media houses keep talking the same thing. These killings from January 1st till today.
Too much.
Too
much.
OJ, we keep talking about it. It's week by week, and it's going on. And you see it, and then somebody come and tell me, see, repentant or not repentant. So these are the old issues. So somebody will come and tell me, and we have heard very, very strong statements. No serious arrest, no serious prosecution.
Yes.
We must say, OJ, see, somebody say, if you try to understand Nigeria, then you understand Nigeria has not, done anything. Have not affected you. So OJ, you see, be very honest with us. This thing is part of the reason why most people want to japa the trauma. When you tune it onto the television, you open the social media, you open killing. OJ, 20 years ago, killing was not like this. You could hear it, you heard it. How did we find ourselves here? So I will agree with Mr. Ibrahim to understand with those three factors that are most likely allegedly responsible. It's that it is politically masterminded or there's international influence. Because how did we get here, OJ? 2000, OJ, we have grown now, we have sense. I didn't know about
if reports and videos of that emanating from social media is anything to go by, just yesterday, there has begun circulating a video of a certain white man in some communities.
Alex Fabio.
Is that his name?
Yes.
One Oyibo,
yes,
half caste like that.
Evangelist.
Is it evangelist?
Yes.
No, is he evangelist?
He's a Christian evangelist.
Okay, he's motivating people to plan an uprising. Why will you agree that Muslims are killing you? You see, all these are politics. Obviously, he must have been sponsored. And then the fact that he's a foreigner brings us back to that issue about some certain level of international connection to all these things. Why is it that the government is not taking action? And the most disturbing thing for me is the fact that government is no longer talking too much about the killings that are taking place. They are rather more concerned about what happens in 2027. Mostly, you hardly hear a concrete statement coming from them. You rarely hear about that, but you rarely hear a big political statement about their intentions. Yes, about their intentions and plans for 2027. If everybody there, who are you coming to rule? You can imagine that. It's very, very disturbing, actually. And I don't know if these things continue as it is now, particularly, especially the North, as compared to the South. We are concerned about whatever insecurity, something happening all over the country, but what it is of disturbance now is the North.
And
every region
of the North. I don't think Nigerians hate themselves that much. Nigeria is a very beautiful country. Nigeria, honestly, we love ourselves.
We love ourselves.
I speak
come from outside to language to separate.
I understand other languages. Nigeria is a beautiful place. I think you were telling me yesterday that you have a sister who is from the southeast.
Yes.
That you relate with like blood sister.
Of course, Chinenye.
Her name is Chinenye. Nigeria, go to Anambra State. There's a place called Garki. Wallah, you will see Fulanis. In fact, my brother-in-law was wedding, and the man guiding the reception hall. It was later I never believed he's not from Fulani, from Chad.
Wow.
The kind of Igbo this man is speaking. Even me, that is an indigenous, I cannot speak it. With thick proverbs, with the tongue.
He has assimilated the culture. You see,
what are you going to tell that man?
All these things.
So Nigeria is a beautiful place. That's what I'm trying to say. Oje, we love ourselves. Somebody has thrown the bottle. The gods must be crazy. Yes,
I remember that also.
The gods must be crazy is happening to us now.
I don't know.
Somebody threw the bottle, which symbolizes civilization that brought problem for us. It was that bottle that made one person and one of the child recognize, oh, I can actually use this bottle for grinding. One also, I can use it for artwork. And they started dragging for the bottle, and that bottle brought conflict. This one I used for the bottle and heat. And the father said, this bottle is a symbol of evil. It's supposed to be for good, but it's bringing division among us. And then took the bottle, threw it to the sky. And the bottle did not go back. He said, wherever you're coming from, go back. The helicopter, the pilot drank a particular soft drink and threw the bottle. And they've never seen a bottle before. So that is what is happening to Nigeria. Somebody somehow, 20 years down the line before now, threw that bottle to us. And look at where those days what we are used to is maybe 1 or 2 skeletal riots that will just won't last for 2 days.
Which occurs in every part of the world.
In the university. Yes. But now, OJ community.
No more. The word riot has just erased in Nigeria.
What we are hearing now is insurgency, banditry.
So now, riot is just a joke now.
Nobody's talking about it.
So we have metamorphosed to the next level.
The last time I heard about this, I think it's in the early 90s. I don't know where I come about it.
Those days you just say, okay, there's one
riot in Kano, riot in Kaduna.
And mostly,
no more riots.
I think mostly the riot are, and they're always mostly
common enemy now.
Because insurgency, as it is now, and banditry, they also have respect for religion and tribal. They kidnap.
The fact is that Nigerians are dying.
Yes.
Those in position of leadership they are only metamorphosed.
We are metamorphosed. All right, gentlemen. It's really pathetic that this is really happening to us, and we hope that solutions will be found as quickly as possible in the plateau. We have to go. Let the discussion continue, gentlemen.
Let the discussion
continue. We'll keep talking, and we hope that the government will find solution to the situation. Malay Brian, thank you for watching.
Thank you, Mr. Oje.
Thank you for coming. For coming. And of course, Chidi. Thank you again for coming to the show.
Oje. May God help us. Let's put an end. Let's just stop talking about this. If we can, Oje, can you encourage us to go on a media strike? Issues
media blackout to be a disaster. To be a disaster.
At least on the issue of killings.
To the society.
Let them know that we are tired.
Okay. All right. We have to go. Thank you very much for watching. Please, once more, want to reiterate the fact that you should subscribe to the channel on YouTube. It is, of course, Politics and Business TV.English. That's the address on YouTube. Facebook, same, and of course on Instagram and Twitter or X, P&B TV_English. I'm Amike Joseph Matthew. Thank you, and see you soon. Bye-bye.